go to adoration. Can I ask you to
Hey
love
everyone,
this nation?
hope you're having a good day. My name is Kyle, and today I'm going to talk to you about climbing mountains. I did a first video on this. I didn't think about making it into a series, and the first video was on hope for when you stumble. And I was thinking of things as I normally do, and I thought I'll make a video on starting somewhere. And it seems very fitting to build it off of Hope for When You Stumble, that video, and climbing mountains. And what I mean by climbing mountains is you're going through life. It's hard. You can stumble along the way, but it's really worth it. And your perception on life, you're literally at the top of a mountain in a different altitude. You're not almost in the same environment. If you really want to extrapolate that, you're in a different world. You have a different perception on life. And that's not a superficial thing because you've climbed that mountain. It's a very deep, life-changing thing that changes you, I would say, for the better. And today, on the topic of climbing mountains, I'm going to say, I've learned it the hard way. Start somewhere. You can have tons of complex issues in your life. I've been there many times. I'm still there. And I've learned that you just got to pick something and go for it. And lean in on your desires to have a great life and to, if you have some ambitions, lean in on those. And maybe you don't. Maybe you've been so beat down. Or maybe that's something you think, I've never had ambitions. Whatever the case is, I've learned that you can't think your way through everything. Sometimes you just, a lot of the times even, you need to just take action. And of course there's people who don't think enough. And so I'm not saying don't think about it, and I'm not saying think about it too much. I'm not saying just act on a whim or don't act at all. I'm proposing the golden means, which is start somewhere and consider it. If you want to think about it this way, chew on it, swallow it, digest it. That is whatever you're planning to do or what you have to do, and then act on it. Just choose something. And part of climbing mountains is learning how to climb mountains. And you're going to want to reach the top. Let's say that's a goal you have. That's where you want to be in life. That's a skill you want to achieve, a job you want to have, a family you want to have, the wife you want to have, the friends you want to have, the church you want to go to, the community you want to be a part of, the pay you want to get at a job, at work. Any of this sort of stuff is, let's say, the top of the mountain. And so often we don't have a love for the journey, especially if we haven't been on the journey. But I think it's universal that anyone who's been or is where we want to be has gone through the journey. But not only that, they've learned to love the journey. So like, you go on this climb to the mountain, you're going to stumble. That's okay. Don't let that discourage you from making your first move, from your first step. And framing it in that way has been so good to me. It's helped me realize like I am making progress. Every day I'm actually doing a lot of stuff. And there's other things you can do, like how many big things did I do today, and count them. And maybe they're not big for other people, but they're big for you. And this can apply for any point in your life. Starting, as many people will say, is the hardest part. And then falling off and starting over is maybe even harder because you've already gone through the process of starting and you know it's hard. But starting can become easier, just like anything, the more you practice it. And so if you're someone, even sin, let's say you've got a sin you struggle with, something about yourself you don't like. I know what that's like. Everyone knows what that's like, but not everyone knows. Same as the examples of like a job you want, a career you want, a wife you want. And but by a wife you want, I don't mean to objectify a woman. I mean that in the best, most authentic way. You want a great wife, for example. Or women, they want a great husband, want great kids, all these good desires that we have. So many people know what the desire's like. So many people know what the failure's like. So many people know what it's like to be beat down by your environment and by your sins. And sadly, very few people can stand before us and say, I know what it's like to overcome that. Now, if you're a Catholic, maybe you hear all the time, oh, people overcome this, people overcome that. I had this problem and now I'm all better. Christians in general encounter those messages all the time. And yet there's this pain because we're like, well, what's up with me? Like, I can't fix this. Or maybe you are someone who's gone through it. Wherever you are in this journey, to apply that truth that I'm going to stumble along this journey, it's even really helpful for when you do stumble because you've prepared yourself like a good father, like a good parent. And I love talking about that, the relationship we have with ourselves. And this very much is a relationship you have with yourself. Although it's great to have people build you up in this way too and say, like, it's okay, you messed that up. Or if it was out of your control. Or if it was your mistake and a bit out of your control. And it was both, having people in your corners. Amazing. It's so helpful. And you can be that person for someone. And you can be that person for yourself. So I hope that's helpful. I hope I've painted a good picture here. And I hope you guys go get after your dreams. Don't lose hope. Don't lose sight of the good life God has for you. And talk to God. Pray to God. Say like, hey, this is what's up. Come to him with no filter. I'm mad at you. I don't really believe in you. I believe in you a lot, but I've got this like dichotomy in my life where like I've got my holiness over here and my sinfulness over here, or my failures over here. Whatever you're going through. I know I'm just giving generalized examples, but I hope you can apply this to your life. But yeah, talk to God. Be like, what do I want? Or this is what I want. And work through it with the Lord. And the Catholic Church is there to guide us. Theology of the Body is there to guide us. And good people are there to guide us. And I pray that you find those good people and these resources like good Catholic teaching, Theology of the Body, good friends. And please do yourself a solid and pray for those things for you as well, because it'll change your life for the better and you won't regret being at the top of a mountain. God bless you.
So do you want to go to adoration? Will you hike this nation alone, or would you like to